Hey, Alexandra here from roastmysaaSproduct.com. Today we're doing a teardown of Aidbase.ai. I know the founder, well, not personally. I've seen him online, Simon, and I've seen this product before, but I've never signed up, and I've not seen if they're doing a good job or not of converting users, but knowing how successful Simon is, I'm guessing they're doing a pretty good job. So let's see what we can learn from here or what I would change if it was my product. Okay, so the landing page tells me that I get AI-powered support for your agency. Help your users help themselves with an AI-powered chatbot, knowledge base, AI-assisted ticketing, and email support. So for your marketplace, I see this is changing. So for SaaS, for agency, for e-commerce, for lots of different things. Okay, interesting. So help your users help themselves with AI-powered chatbot. So this is from what we're seeing. It's OpenAI powered. It's AI-powered support. I wouldn't really understand this straight away, but I've read here and I know we're talking about a chatbot, but also I see there's a knowledge base and some other things. So let's see. So we have this is a ticketing system, right? What else? Yeah, I'm not evaluating the landing page itself, just looking at what we have available so I would know what to look at. So live AI chat trained on your data, really cool. Connect with your tool of choice, nice. Handle tickets and emails faster with AI, really good. Oh yeah, so from what I see, it's an AI-powered intercom or crisp chat, so for customer support, but powered by AI. And we can see it in action right here. Hi there, I'm an AI assistant created by Aidbase. Is there anything I can help you with? So really nice way. You get a demo of the product straight from here. Love it. It's really awesome. You can start a new chat. We can chat here directly here with the AI. We get this powered by Aidbase. So very good way to promote the product. One thing that I would do here, instead of powered by, I would change this to an action. So kind of like get your own AI assisted chatbot with Aidbase or get your own Aidbase chatbot. Again, that's just something off the top of my head, but it would make more sense to have this as a call to action because it's been proven to increase click-through rates to the product like this. Okay, so if we have this, then we have an opportunity of using a freemium model here. So there's FAQ. Okay, so it's directly here in the chat. We get FAQ. All right, so it's telling me, and then I can upvote it or not. What if I go back to chat? I see I can start a new chat, and let's see what I'm gonna get. Yeah, so a really nice way to capture the visitor with the name and the email. Really nice. What if I ignore it? What if I just ask, what is this? Let's see what I'm going to get. It's the right information about Aidbase and AI-powered. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I can experience the product straight away. Really good, really nice. And now I'm more convinced to maybe do something by myself. Okay, here I can even see, I can update information. And then say, what is the product about? I'm guessing it's going to use information from this knowledge right here to tell me, yeah, is your friendly virtual cooking assistant. Really nice. So I can clearly see how easy it is to give it information and get it to start replying with the information that I've submitted. Very nice landing page. Really well done with showcasing the product. Now, let's see what kind of experience. Well, first of all, let's go to pricing just to get familiar. Definitely, we have freemium. Perfect. One thing here regarding pay, I would have yearly pre-selected. And then if people want to look at monthly, that's how they can see this. But I would have a yearly selected from the very beginning. And yeah, using the freemium model because every free user essentially markets your product for you. So a very good use case for using a freemium model instead of just a free trial. Okay, so yeah, I mean, let's just go for it. Let's say sign up and see what's gonna happen. Okay, perfect. So the sign up page, it gives me the option to sign up with Google, really good. Or I can have a username, an email address, and a password. So first things first, I would get rid of the username. It doesn't make sense if you're also asking for an email address. So you should be asking either username or an email address. So it doesn't make sense to also have a username in here. Just ask for the email address and a password, and that's it. No need for the username. Now, the sign up page is nice. It's simple. By the time I get here, because I've already experienced the product a little bit, And it's so easy to sign up, especially if you remove the username from here. It would be extremely easy to sign up, low friction. There's not much convincing that you need to do. However, if you want to go the extra mile, either show the chat widget here again, or maybe the chat widget along with something else, again, to remind of the product, or show some testimonials, some really cool testimonials from customers here again, just as a nudge, just as a reminder that that's what they need to do. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna say Alexandru Dodon. I'm gonna sign up with my account. I don't wanna use Google for this. So let's create this account and see what's gonna happen. Perfect, so no need to click on a link. It's just a code that I can get from my email. Let me quickly take it from my other screen. Okay, I got it right here. Let's paste it. Really good. Verify. You are confirmed. You can now sign in. Now, this is a weird flow. I've seen some products do this, but there's no reason to do this. I've confirmed, so just take me to the onboarding. Asking me to sign in again just creates a little bit of annoyance. And the more users get annoyed, the higher the chance they're just gonna drop off. So it's very easy to get rid of this annoying step just by signing them in automatically and taking them to the onboarding step. Because now, yeah, I have this saved, or if I used Google, I could have just clicked here, but it's a piece of annoyance that is getting created. So I'm going to do sign in. There's absolutely no reason to do that. You can just take me directly through the onboarding step. Perfect. So let's see what's happening. So this is the onboarding. So hey there. One thing, I've given you my username. So there shouldn't be here. So it's just, hey, Alexander Dodon. No need for there. You usually say there when you don't know the name. But if you have a username, then you say, hey, Alexander Dodon. Let's personalize your experience with a few quick questions. Let's see. Who are you creating AI support for? Are you creating for your personal brand, your company, or on the behalf of someone else? I'm going to say my company because that's who I'm going to verify the use case as. Now, here's the thing. This is both a double-edged sword. So I know how many steps I'm going to have to go through, but there's quite a few of them. So 7 steps, that feels like a lot. So I can see my progress, but I'm seeing, so I have to go through so many steps. So if you add that annoyance and now I see this, I might just turn this off, right? I might be like, you know what? I'm not going to do it now. Maybe I'm going to do it later sometime. And as you know, later never comes. Of course, you still have the opportunity of like sending emails to bring the users back, but I may just get annoyed at that as well because I have not remembered this application enough. So I would reduce the amount of steps. Maybe it's absolutely fine to have more actions in a single step, especially if they're simple. So let's see what they're going to be about. But I'm guessing there's just going to be one question per step, which is, I don't know where, like, this is all right with some forms sometimes. But even if you do have like a bunch of steps like these, it's better, like if you absolutely can't avoid having so many steps, what I would do is have a loading bar instead of actual steps, because the loading bar doesn't tell you exactly how many steps, but it is loading and showing you progress. So it's not going to give you that annoyance of like, so there's that many steps, because I can clearly see how many steps and I'm not happy with this. But let's say next. Yeah, as we see here, of course there's more options here. So I see why you wouldn't put it also here on this same step, because there's like a bunch more different things that you need to select, although it's probably not a big deal. Also, other thing, if I want to go back, I should have remembered my selection. So I'm going to say next, which best describes your profession. So let's see. Well, I am a software developer, but in this case, I'm signing up as a business owner of my agency. So let's say next. What does your company do? So my company, yeah, a good thing, by the way. So it's because I said that I'm signing up for my company, I'm guessing I'm actually just going to briefly check. So let's say myself, and I'm a software developer. What does your company do? Okay, so depending on what I've chosen, this should have been optimized to talk specifically to me, because you know already, I say myself or if my company, then in that case, which best describes your profession, sure, that's fine. Or rather, if I said, here's the thing, if I said my company, I should see what best describes your role. If I said myself, then it should ask me about my profession. So that's the difference here in personalized onboarding. People love when they see that you've personalized this for them. What does your company do? Okay, let's say, well, it's an agency consulting. All right, cool. How many people work at your company? Between 2 and 10. Which parts of Aidbase will you be using? Let's say I want to use the AI chatbot. I want to use managed knowledge base, ticketing system, and email support inbox. Maybe not automating workflows, although that could also be it. Where did you hear about Aidbase? Let's see. So I already saw some opportunities of questions that could have been combined together instead of separate steps. But let's see. What did you hear? Aidbase, LinkedIn, although I've heard it directly from Simon's posts. Right? And now, which plan do you want to start with? Now I'm a little bit overwhelmed. First thing that I would do, I would not let people pick a plan. Again, the idea of reverse trial, I would just start them on a free trial. Maybe in this case, not on the highest tier, the $400 tier, because it looks like there are some things here. Although I probably could, but most people are just not going to pay $400 a month, obviously. So I would start them either on the Pro or at least on the Standard. I would go for the Pro most likely because there's some extra functionality that you have available and people don't like to lose stuff. So yeah, I would start them automatically on the Pro plan. So let's say I want to pick the Pro plan. So I wouldn't let them pick. I would just start them. And now I need to enter my card. I see. I do not get a free trial. You get a freemium and then you upgrade. I would actually use a free trial and not let people choose. But I'm going to pick the free plan right now because obviously I don't want to pay. And I'm taking here into Aidbase. All right, so the dashboard is fine. I see this upgrade little nudge here. I guess it's all right because in order to upgrade, I would need to actually pay. But first things first, yeah, I would get them started on the Pro plan. Free trial, it could be a 7-day free trial, but you want to give them all of the functionality. So if I want to create a webhook, so upgrade to use webhook, don't have access to webhooks on your plan, and then need to upgrade. Now, that's an extra step that I would get rid of. So if I want to click create new webhook, I would just show this straight away, the possibility to upgrade. No need to have this extra step. Same thing for integrations. Now, another thing is for webhooks, I would put a sign that, hey, this is a locked or this is a premium feature. I would give a reminder. I would show what's not available in my plan right here. I would not prevent from accessing it. On the contrary, I would get them to see what they're losing out on. Here, create new webhook. I would show what a webhook looks like so they would know what they're missing. For the integrations, they already make sense. I see upgrade to Pro here. Perfect. So that's how I would do it with the webhook as well. So it should be consistent. Okay. What else? Yeah, let's go back to home. So when I'm on home here, yeah, I can see the documentation, join the Discord community, really nice. And I see this list of items that I need to complete. To-do lists are great for products. However, nobody likes to see a full list of items that have not been completed. The trick here is to start off with one completed item. So you have to add an extra item that has already been completed automatically through the onboarding. Make it feel like that was an important step that was already being completed, and you automatically use the psychological effect of making people feel like they're already making progress. Why not just move on and continue to make that progress, right? So add knowledge. What would happen if I want to add knowledge? A knowledge type. I can add a website. Okay, so I can add a full URL. I can add a video. Really nice. I can add a document. So this all it's really cool. So I'm going to do Aidbase. I'm going to add the Aidbase website as a knowledge item. because I don't have anything else to add at this time. So it's untrained pages. So there's a bunch. Oh, so it sees what kind of pages are available, and I can ask to train the AI model. So there are different characters here. Really interesting. I can delete it, of course. So I've done this. I finished this step, but it's still not okay. So now it got completed. So there's a little bit of a delay there. I would have, and that, although it's a quick delay, it causes a little bit of confusion for users. So this is something we need to make. You need to make sure that if I was here in the knowledge, and by the way, I not know where this actually is in the menu. It's a bit of confusion here. Oh, knowledge base sources. I get it. Okay, never mind. I just didn't notice it. So yeah, here in the sources, as soon as I've added it here, that change should have happened already in real time. So by the time I'm back, I see the item has been crossed. So train a model, right? So I would want, so let's say just the home page, right? I mean, not the home page. Let's say the about page. I'm gonna go here, training, and let's try this experience of training the AI model. Perfect. So it's gonna take a while. Okay, I can create FAQ items, right? I'm not exactly sure what I did here. Guessing, open FAQ. Now I can create a FAQ item. Okay, so this experience of creating FAQ items is a little bit weird. So I have to press on this and then on open FAQ to be able to get to the actual FAQ item to create it, which is, it's not ideal. So I would have it as a way to open it from here directly, even though there's like different options here, right? So let's say if I'm opening FAQ, there's only one screen here because you have multiple items, right? Yeah, so this can be improved with a little bit of design work, but it's fine. Like, it's not a deal breaker. It's just that it creates a little bit of confusion. So it's training an AI model. That's probably going to get completed a little bit later. I can create a chatbot. Okay, so let me create this chatbot. I can customize it. Really nice. There's a hosted URL even. Let's see what it's about. Okay, got it. I understood. Now, I already know what I want to say about this. Overall, sure, the product seems very powerful, but I'm pretty sure there's a ton of people that are not activating fully, and they're just trying out and not actually using it, not even the freemium plan. And the reason is you have to figure things out by yourself. Now, this to-do list, it's great. It's great to have something like this. One advice was, add an item that has been pre-completed, and then you continue to move on. But what I would actually do is, I'm looking at this Aidbase product, and onboarding is actually lacking. So from what we've seen here, the onboarding is just a way for you to collect some more information. I do not call that onboarding in and of itself. That's just collecting information. The onboarding is meant to actually help newly signed up users get to value as soon as possible. So how would this happen here? I'm seeing two important things. One, adding knowledge, making it super easy to add knowledge. Train a model, of course, which is happening in the background in parallel. And creating a chatbot. Sure, there's also creating a ticket form, setting up the email inbox, but these are not critical items. It's adding knowledge, starting the training, and creating a chatbot. These are, creating a chatbot, and not just creating, but also like convincing to add on their website, of course, but that's part of creating the chatbot. So collecting information, that's one step of the onboarding. The next one is adding knowledge and turning on the training. And the third is creating the chatbot and asking to install it. So this is how I would do this. Collect the information. Based on that information, you get them into a very focused view of adding a knowledge source. So not something like this. This is way too complex for an onboarding. So just focus on just straight kind of like asking them, hey, let's add your first knowledge item. What kind of knowledge type do you want to add? And obviously like change depending on what you select here. Once they've done this, once they've added it, don't show all this information, just show some preview straight right there on the page. Maybe ask, if it's a website, maybe ask them to choose some pages here and so on, because that would be something important to see, like all the important stuff they would have to see on that onboarding step, and have one like huge call to action called to start training. They're going to press on start training, right? So they're going to press on start training and then say, hey, the same thing here. Like, we're training your model. We're training based on your knowledge. Go ahead, use the next call to action to go to the next step where you create a chatbot. Hold on right here. So you would automatically, like if they press on that button, you automatically get them to the phase where they can see the chatbot, get the chatbot. And again, you'd use wording like, hey, we created this awesome chatbot for you. Go ahead and customize it. So they would be able to customize it right there on the page. They'd be able to choose the theme. They'd be able to see they'd be able to see the logo, right? They'd be able to pick what knowledge to use, if it's been trained already, or if not, they will see that it has not been trained already. Maybe by the time it would already be trained. It really depends. So that's something that also needs to be handled. Maybe not like all of this, or maybe some behavior settings as well. No need to show connections. Definitely no need. Maybe show some settings because of this, because you need to whitelist the domain, as I'm understanding here. Maybe don't let them don't show the branding. And by the way, or maybe show this, and then also have this final step of like, hey, this is how you install it, as well as more advanced options. So this would be the last step of the onboarding. Now let me tell you this, if a user, a person, goes through these steps, as part of onboarding, they can't do anything else in the application unless they do that, they're going to activate and they're going to start using it, because they will end installing the chatbot on their site. Unless they do that, they're not going to become a paid customer. So I'm seeing here two important steps for the activation: adding knowledge and adding your chatbot to your website. If you don't take these two steps, they're not going to become paying customers later. That's the activation. Now, what about creating a ticket form and set up an email inbox? Well, that's something that you can show here in the dashboard. So you would show the other items as completed like this, and they would say like, okay, so these are the only two last pieces of things that you need to do. Might as well just do them, because you've completed more than 50% of the onboarding process. So they would just go through this, they would take care of it, and you've got yourself an active user that has a very high chance of becoming a paid customer. Now, if you also let them do a trial, doing this technique of reverse trial, you sign them up on a bigger plan, and maybe based on the information that you collected, maybe you see that they want to do automations and stuff. You add an extra task for automations. You get them to use a webhook or an integration, and when the trial is over, you kind of like turn this off. So you trigger this loss aversion principle, where they would want, okay, I want this because it's really nice to see this integration. Next thing you can do is have here in the chat, there's no conversation, but you need to create a fake message, and then maybe have some delay and then generate another message so that they would see what kind of the notification they get, maybe if they get an email, because this way they're going to get the full experience of using the product. And especially if they've already set up a webhook or an integration, if you create that message and maybe they're going to, I see here, chat with Aidbase AI chatbot directly from your Slack channels, right? Maybe they're going to, by using this integration, they're going to get the feeling with that automated fake message. They're going to see it in Slack and they're going to get the full circle, and they will 100% feel the value of this product. So that's all I have to say for now when it comes to Aidbase. So the product looks interesting, and there's a lot of room for improvement here. And if this is done, it's gonna activate users a lot better than it does now. All right, so if you wanna get your own private roast, just go to roastmysaaSproduct.com, book your own roast, and within 48 hours, I will send you your own private video where I tell you exactly what changes to make to increase activations, to users from free to paid customers better, as well as reduce your churn. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on the other side.